we are recording. Right, so, Jack, this is Jack on above me, and this is Jack from, we say Monk Audio, Jack? Is that about right?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't, I'm representing someone else today. It just came out of the wardrobe. So, yeah, this is Jack. Jack, your producer name is Erritate, correct?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, let's just start with Monk Audio then. Just give us a breakdown of you with Monk Audio. Just so, I mean, I don't know, to be honest, to full extent. So, yeah, if you want to break that down a little bit, that'd be cool.
It depends what you want to know, really. It's like how it started, what we do.
Yeah, I mean, just from your experience in the scene, from starting the I assume you started the label yourself, correct? Yeah. When was that?
End of 2017 it was.
Wow.
I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Just thought, you know what, I want to start a label like most up and coming producers do.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it is what it is today. It's just we've pretty much winged it. it's just we've learned as we go, and it's just turned out quite good.
Do you find that like not knowing what you're doing is kind of like the beauty of it, really, rather than having like a textbook of right, today you've got to do this, tomorrow, rather than having it all set out, learning as you go along? And is it probably more fun, isn't it, that way?
Yeah, it's it keeps you on your toes because you've always got this fear that you haven't got a clue. Yeah. You talk to people as if like, oh, they're going to come back to you and be like, well, you don't know what you're doing. So we're always just toing and throwing and seeing, like, just testing the waters with people and testing the waters with releases. Everything we do is just another thing that we've learned. Like, and it's like you said, it's fun. Like everything we do is just something else that we've learned and something else that we've gained. Really, like it's just an achievement. Every different thing we do day to day is just a new achievement.
And is that the whole side of it, like from like starting off, trying things out, getting a few of your mates to do some tunes or whatever, and then taking on different artists as you go along and you grow, get bigger,
Yeah.
And you are where you are today. You've got a release coming out on my label, Section 23, on Friday, the 16th of October. I got a date wrong.
Yeah, you said August.
August, whatever. So we've got 3 tunes on there plus the dub version of 1 tune. What we're just going to do quickly is just go through each of the tunes, just play a little bit of each tune, and then just talk about the influences behind it. Why you made that kind of style, that kind of just breaking the tune down a little bit. So first one, Erritate featuring Jimmy Danger. Long-time veteran of the scene, originally from Cambridge, now lives in another country, a million miles away, but is obviously available via the powers of the internet. So yeah, when we first heard this tune, which is called Garden Tune, originally it was just a dub, it was just an instrumental tune, but there was just something about it, something different, that when you hear this type of tune, and I'll play it in a minute, it's almost as if you made it for an MC without realising it was made for an MC.
Yeah, definitely. That the concept, the final concept before the vocals were recorded. Yeah. It was like you said, as if it should have been written for a vocalist.
Yeah, definitely. And the way the beat sits as well, it's not as though it's a stereotypical, drum and bass tune. It's certainly one of a kind, should we say? It's not like a 3-beat tune. It's it's somewhere in the middle of experimental drum and bass, in a way. Right, let's just stick the intro on. And I remember why you called it Garden Tune as well, Jack.
I said the world feels heavy. There's only bad news on the telly.
All right.
So I'm knocking back bevies. Keep the circle small and stay ready. Profound statements lost in a meme. Replace greatness lost in a dream.
Does it seem funny listening to your own tunes when you like doing an interview like this?
Yeah, it's strange. It's like, could I have done that better?
No. I mean, instantly you've got the intro, you've got Jimmy's lyrics coming in, talking about, I mean, when you spoke about the lyrics, was it more about like the mental health side of things, just like trying to bring across like the negativity in the world, and then I mean,
yeah, try to connect with what's going on at the moment. Well, what's been going on for years. Like, just it was the simplest of conversations that we had. I just said to him, like, the idea I've got is to talk about like mental health, sort of more along the anxiety lines,
yeah,
and then when the bass comes in, to try and talk like cat and mouse with the bass.
yeah,
And he come back with just, I couldn't have made it any better. He
yeah.
just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it builds up, but let's just play a little bit more of it, actually.
Think twice before you spin dice, or you're moonwalking on thin ice. Cause there's a war in our hearts, and don't get caught in the jargon. Sharp mind with the thoughts of a marksman. Take time, always water the garden. I feel plush when I'm sparking the weed, and hold no grudge when my heart on my sleeve. It's all love when I'm planting the seeds, and we grown up in the Garden of Eden.
Stop it there. I just got to think, actually. We were talking before about lyrics, weren't we? And like working with lyrics and like the production side of thing, getting them in time. You know, you've got an MC that's sending you these lyrics, and then you've got to then somehow fit them to where he thinks they go. How did you manage to deal with that?
Well, it was tricky to start with because the first time I've ever worked with vocals properly, like with a vocalist. So he sent me on the first time. I tried to match them up where I thought they would go because he said they wasn't on time properly, and I said, right, I'll try and sort it. I'll stick some processing on it, some different effects, different styles of effects to see what he liked. We kept toing and throwing, and then he re-recorded and sent it back, and he said just throw it straight in where it is, maybe do some tiny little edits.
Yeah.
But then I think I threw it straight into Ableton, and it just fit perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, just take for example, as it drops in. Like I said, it's definitely been made for an MC. And done a great job.
Clouds form as I'm watching the trees burn. Psychedelic, real life is the dream world. Extended family, you're trying to get me to leave Earth.
Even that bit there, do you know what I mean? It's just like he's riding it and then it's broken up. It's not your typical kind of Jimmy Danger flow in some ways, but in other ways it is. He's such a unique artist, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, we'll leave that one there. But obviously, you're happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. EP, Garden Tune, you know, it's a good track to have as the name of the EP as well. I think it fits really nicely. The next one, Strange Seeings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Something I always like to do is make sure that artists have, you know, whatever it is, whether it's my label or something else I've been working with another label, is that the track title is so important. You know, you've got a million tracks called, I don't know, Feel the Bass or something, and you think, I'm going to find that. But, you know, no one's made a tune, I don't think, called Strange Seeings, so we're on for a winner here. What was the influence behind this one, would you say?
I think when you asked me to go sort of late 90s, early 2000s, I tried to sort of cut it in the middle and try and get like a Hazard influence, if anything. Just went straight down to that sort of early 2000s dark, moody roller sort of thing, and then added a sort of probably jump up, if anything, like a jump up sort of riff on the top of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think just play the intro. It's one of those tunes that you play the start of it and you think it's gonna have a different feel when it drops.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this to me sounds quite like it's gonna be quite mellow, quite chilled out. Not your typical liquid thing, but more like wait a minute. Yeah, I'm trying to say, you know. I just love the way this thing hits me, you know. It's like put that top into it and roll.
That's a lot of help from carbon and sound on that.
Yeah.
I thought I heard something. Must have been in my imagination.
You could easily have dropped this one in like accelerated culture. If you had a time machine, Jack, you go back to the Sanctuary and drop this at an accelerated culture, and it would be like, wow, You know, what's this? What's this? When can I buy this on vinyl? Yeah, well, you never know. You never say never. Yeah. To me, you know, that one there is exactly like you said, early kind of Hazard kind of style, but with an Erritate kind of flow to it. You know, it's got your flow to it. We'll just skip forward one as well because I'm just conscious of time. The next one, which you kindly explained to me, was about spray cans. MT994. Got it?
Yeah, MTN94. Yeah, it's a model of spray can. It's like a brand of spray paint. It's just going back to like early me, sort of going out and just spray painting, graffiti and whatnot.
I thought when we spoke, there had been like a canvas on the back of your room, but now it's just a grey wall. What's going on?
Times have changed.
Do you still do that kind of thing, or is that like, say, like change the times and that?
Yeah, no, that was I probably stopped that at the end of sort of start of college, end of school sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sort of had to grow up.
You could be an artist at any age of your life, man. Even if you pick that up like in 10 years' time. Yeah, it's good to do it. I'd love to know how to do it, you know. Let's stick this one on quick. So I get a totally different kind of style. Yeah. You've got that creeping, like, sort of early bassline riff in there already. Shit, I could write another press release while I'm doing this, can I?
Okay.
When you were adding these snares in, like, you know, when you typically add in, like, creating a track and you're creating a break beat or whatever you're doing, you're never adding that many snares and kicks, are you? So, I mean, it works, but what made you decide to do that?
I'm a massive Metalheadz fan.
Okay.
That's the main reason for the snare. I love it.
Don't go any further because I don't want Goldie chucking me down the stairs, all right? All right, so a certain label influenced this track, yeah?
Okay.
All right, so nice and tidy.
Now I guess I'm supposed to wind up and say some words about what we can do.
You can imagine that on a big system, can't you? Like some squat rave or something in a dirty basement. And it just comes out of nowhere. The DJ just kind of teases it in at like 50% volume on the mixer, and as the break comes in, he's just like, he swips it. Yeah, it's just wicked. Alright, so MTN94. And we will leave that one there, actually, just to tease people with that for the people who are watching the video. Other one, we've got that garden tune again. We've got a dub of that, so the same thing for people that don't like MC vocals over tunes. We just thought we'd give that, you know, like a little extra present, I guess, for that one. Right, so like I said, that one's coming out on the 16th of this month, 16th of October, everywhere. And hopefully that'll do well. I've seen lots of comments online already, Jack, saying where we've put it and things that people are feeling it, people are, you know, expecting it to do well, which I think it will. So fingers crossed.
Hope so.
Right, so I'm going to play a little game with you now. We used to do this thing a little while ago called Jungle Roulette. Now, I didn't want to do Jungle Roulette with you because I thought if I throw a load of tunes at you from 93, 94, 95, you'll be like, yeah, I've not heard it, mate. Or you might do. You might do. But instead, we're going to go back to your roots. So you told me you got into drum and bass about 2010, right?
Yeah.
That makes me really, really old. But I thought, now he's going to know about jungle drum and bass from around 2005, because if you got into it around 2010, you're probably going to know a little bit of history, because DJs back then were still playing tunes 3 or 4 years later after they were released, right?
Yeah.
So I've got 6 tunes. You've got a minute clip for each of them. And you've got to tell me, for 2 points, the artist and the title, and for 3 points, the year of release.
Oh.
All right, so I played this with Nicky a little while ago, and he got, surprisingly, not surprisingly, 10 out of 10. All right, so we're going to go for a 10 out of 10 with you, Jack, all right?
Yeah.
So here's the first one. Don't rush it. You've got a little while, but obviously give me a shout. Now, if I can't hear you, just stick your hand up and like if you say like a virtual bell. This is the first one.
You're chatting rubbish.
Yeah. What's the dial though? Yes. Well done. And the year, actually, any idea what the year that came out?
Oh, I've got 2000 and I reckon 2005.
Do you know what? I would like to agree with you on that, but I actually haven't written the year down on that one. So yeah, I think it was 2006, maybe. I think 2006. But anyway, so all right, yeah, we've got that Clips Rubbish that came out in Audio Zoo. That was a massive tune. Well, easy. That was an easy one, right?
Love a bit of Clips.
Next one. All right, next one. Unmistakable sound. This one, all right. I don't know whether I've done this too easy. Any idea yet? You're gonna know in a minute. You're gonna know.
Oh, no.
Are you reaching for your
No.
What is it, mate? What is it? I can't hear it. Oh.
It sounds like J-Line.
No. 5 seconds left of it. Alright, no, that was. Any guesses?
I'm going to go with the tune name, just Run the Tune or something like that, but I can't.
No.
I can't.
That was Hazard under his alias Dirty Harry. And it
Ah.
was called Skankers. It came out on yeah, I think it came out on Frontline. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. Classic. All right, so that was a definite not a J-Line tune, mate. All right, next one. No,
No.
you're not feeling it either, are you? I don't think.
No, yeah, I like it. I love that style of drum and bass. I just can't
That came out on Mickey Finn's Finn People label. That was by Ego Tripping.
Ah.
That's called Nasty It Up. Yeah, that was good. That tune. The flip of that's good as well, actually. Yeah, Nasty It Up. All right, gonna go for the next one. So far, we've got 2 points. So this one, I think you'll get this one.
I just can't. Is it Hazard?
No.
It's not Hazard. Is it Hype?
Yeah.
It is Hype.
It is Hype, the man that is back from his social media holiday, should we say, and is now absolutely rinsing everyone online. Yes, that is Hype, J Magic, Wicker Man, featuring Daddy Earl on the vocals. Any idea what the tune title's called?
It is Dub Plate Killers.
Yeah, Double 8 Killer, the Double Drop remix. Yeah, good tune. All right, we'll give you 2 points for that then, Jack. All right, this one, if you don't get this one, then I don't think your release deserves to come out on Friday. They're played everywhere for about 10 years, I swear. There was a couple of tunes that came out after this by the same producer that pretty much sounded exactly the same by a few note changes. Give you a clue.
Is it Zinc?
No.
Not Zinc.
Sorry, Zinc. Sorry. Zinc. On a bit, yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, it's got a very well-known intro as well, which I didn't put in. But that was any ideas?
No.
That was Mampy Swift.
Oh.
And Puppet Walk on Ganja, I think that came out on. Yeah, so the last one, a bit of a wild card. Not, it's quite a big tune. One of the artists, part of this duo, is very relevant now. It was pretty relevant then, but definitely relevant now.
Cool with the fire when me bun this a fire too red and them now want get none of them. Cool with the fire when me burn this a fire make any stable turn. You learn.
Any ideas so far?
I think I know the MC.
If anyone's watching this, they're going to be like, come on, we know this one, we know it. Any ideas?
No, I can't think.
So this is a duo, goes by the name of Roots and Culture. Half of that is Dope Ammo. And I don't actually know the other half. And that tune is called Roots and Culture. It was quite a big tune, actually, mid-2005, 2006, I think. So, yeah. So I pulled it back a little bit.
I was on the late end of that.
See, now what you've got to do, you've got to go on to Discogs and you've got to just buy everything that came out between 2005 and 2010.
To be fair, when you said Mampy Swift Puppet Walk, I recognised the name because I've got that on plastic.
You better dig it out. You've got to dig it out again. Do a little early Erritate sort of influences mix on vinyl.
Yeah.
Wicked, mate. Well, I'd say you did all right. You did all right, but there's certainly not any trophies in the cupboard for you today.
No.
All right. So, yeah, that is it. That is all I need to do, really. So, I'll send you the rest of it. Big up for the 20 minutes of your time. Thank you for the awesome tunes that are coming out as well. Yeah, if you want to give anyone a shout out, now is your time to give out a few little shouts.
Shout out to Cardinal Sam for helping me on Strange Seeings. Shout out to Jimmy.
Yep.
Shout out to all the Monk crew, as always. And thank you for everything.
No worries, man. All good. Right, have a good rest of your Sunday. I will no doubt chat to you soon.
And you, man, take it easy.
Wicked, man. See you in a bit.
Great.
Cheers.